Welcome back, pro wrestling fans. Welcome back, IWC. It's your old buddy, the Guardian of Chaos, and I tell it like it is. I'll say that to say this. Coming to you live to tape. Wait, wait, wait. I, I am live, but I am taping this as well. Ah, fuck it. You guys get the picture. I am here, as you can see, in the lounge at Chaos headquarters. We are not down 25 feet below the surface of the earth in the bunker. We decided to kick back and relax and do some live to tape watch alongs here from the lounge. I can't thank you enough, fans, for being here. We are going to jump back into the time machine back to 1994 and bash at the beach in Orlando, Florida from WCW. Fans, you're not going to want to miss this one. Stay here for the entire live to tape watch along. As I said, it's been a little while since we've been up here in the lounge. The executive offices upstairs are empty. There's no one down in the bunker except the boy. So I'm glad that you guys are back here with me in the lounge. Kick back, grab some breakfast, grab your favorite beverage, a coffee or tea, whatever it is, because it's me, the GOC. And as I said, as I watched Tony Schiavone, Bobby the Brain Heenan, and Mean Gene Okerlund here on the flat screen at the Chaos Lounge. Now, I'm thinking about and contemplating on changing the name of the show from Chaos Corner. We haven't decided yet. You know that if you remember back in the 90s when I had the Big Daddy show. So we'll see what happens, because everybody's mother, brother, sisters, uncle, kids, children wants to use the name Corner after their surname, when it originally was Captain Lou Albano and Captain's Corner, and then the GOC, whom the captain was perhaps one of my mentors, turned into Chaos Corner. But now everybody else wants to use the Corner name, so we'll see what happens, fans. So let's get back to what's happening here in Orlando, Bash at the Beach. I want to give you a few news and notes. This was Hulk Hogan's in-ring debut for WCW. If I'm not mistaken, there were damn near over 14,000 fans for Bash at the Beach, which was a forerunner to Bash. It was the WCW Beach Blast, if I'm not mistaken. And that was in 92 and 93, if I'm not mistaken. Again, fans, you have to do your due diligence. You have to be here and do your notes. That's when WCW had expanded their pay-per-views to include Bash at the Beach here in 94 in the Time Machine, the Great American Bash, Slamboree, Starrcade, of course. What am I missing here? Super Brawl, and I believe, since we're coming up on that season, Halloween Havoc, and we'll be covering some of that here on the channel. There were, believe it or not, fans, back here in 94, and it wasn't taped, there were 2 dark matches before they went to Bash at the Beach, because there were only 6 bouts at Bash at the Beach. Have times changed when it comes to pay-per-views and the length of them and how many matches. And this will be a perfect example of it. Again, NWA had already been bought out by or sold to WCW in what I believe it was 89. So this is WCW World Championship Wrestling. The dark matches that night, and I believe Jimmy Hart was the special guest referee. You really have to dig deep on this one, fans. It was an intergender handicap match with Molly McShane, who I believe, if I'm not mistaken, went on to be Molly Holly in the WWF. She defeated, like I said, in an intergender handicap match, the Sassy Boys. What the fuck? And I believe that was Pez Watley and Fast Eddie. If you go back and check it out. And it'll be here on the network. You can follow along, fans. Set back up here. We're right at the beginning on the cock. So follow along. Go back and check it out with me. Right now they're showing highlights of Sting putting Ric Flair into the Stinger. What do you want to call it? I guess you would call it the reverse leg lock, and they're showing highlights of that before we get into Bash at the Beach. Hogan is outside right now of the ring. So if you guys remember your history, you know that this channel, we love to do our history. So that's what we're watching right now here on the screen before we get to the actual start of Bash at the Beach. And one of the other dark matches that night, I believe, was Brian and Brad Armstrong over Steve Kern and beautiful Bobby Eaton of the Midnight Express. So those were your two dark matches. And then there were 6 matches on the main card. And right now in the ring, they're showing highlights before we get to the Bash of Hogan, Sherry Martel, if you remember the sensuous, sweet Sherry Martel. What a woman, what a legend. You talk about your originals like Missy Hyatt or Miss Elizabeth or Medusa. It's Sherry Martel. And now here's Ric Flair in there while Sting is laying in the corner and Flair is putting the boots to Hogan. And this is where it all started before we ended up at Bash at the Beach. And the main event for this show is Hogan and Flair. And here's Mr. T. Oh, what are we, in a rockin' wrestling connection back on MTV? And Jimmy Hart. And this is when it all started. Flair was with Sherry Martel. Jimmy Hart and Mr. T with Hogan. You think about it. T for not being a grappler at Rockin' Wrestling, MTV, WrestleMania 1, and then even here in 94 for WCW and still with Hogan. Not bad for a celebrity who was never a grappler. And as you can see, the traditional chains in my 25 years behind the walls. So thanks, guys, for being here. I'm not sure how long we're going to go on this one. I don't know how long the pay-per-view is, to be quite honest with you. Heenan, Mean Gene, Shivani, and Jesse Ventura were the announcers. Gary Michael Capetta and Michael Buffer. And remember at this point, because Jesse Ventura was absent during the main event for Hogan and Flair when he was a mainstay at WCW at this time, he had some major heat with The Office here in 94 in Bash at the Beach. So they kind of wheeled them in and out, so to speak, for WCW. So fans, let me turn up the volume. We don't want any copyright strikes. We don't want to screw with the algorithm. This will be up on Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel. Follow me on all social media platforms, and you know what they are. On X, at Big Daddy GOC, and the GOC stands for the Guardian of Chaos. On Instagram, it's the Guardian of Chaos. On Facebook, I have 2 accounts. That's right, there's 2. I'm not Don King. I'm not Dick Nixon. Prodigio Fidelis El Guardian, in honor of my heritage, and Jay Brony. That's right, Jay Brony. Follow me on Gitter, Gab, Truth Social, Rumble. I cover it all in the IWC. As I said before, it's me. And here we are. We're opening up Bash at the Beach 94. And it's Johnny B. Bad, a.k.a. Mark Mero. This is our opening bout. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and I did my research correctly, I believe it was against Lord William Steven Regal. So right now, fans, go to the cock. Go to the peacock. Right now, Johnny B. Bad has just entered the ring and get in sync with here on Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel. And let's do this together. We're about 9 minutes in. This could take an hour and a half. It could take 2 hours, but we'll be here. Let's have some fun. And I'll talk over the matches here, obviously. We don't want any copyrights. And there's Mark Mero, a.k.a. Johnny B. Bad. He was in tremendous shape. Back here, looking like Little Richard, so to speak. He's got the pop gun with the confetti and all that. Right now, Capetta is the announcer. And Johnny B. Bad's wearing the white trunks with the red trim, white boots, white knee pads. And there it is. There's the confetti all over the place here at Chaos Corner. All right. Let's see what happens. Again, I'll say that to say this because I tell it like it is. And I said that at the beginning. Not one of their best pay-per-views for WCW. It was okay. Not bad. As far as my personal opinion, I saw this how many years ago I watched this live. And what made this a big pay-per-view was obviously Hogan's in-ring debut. At least that's what I researched. And Hogan and Flair for the title. Again, this was big for the time. Here comes Sir William, which we know was Paul Jones, and Lord William Steven Regal, a.k.a. the Blue Blood. This is for the World TV Championship in WCW. Sir William Regal at the time, fans. You see I'm repping PAPW, Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. Follow them on all social media platforms. My home company. And the head trainer for Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, Pretty Paul Roma, will be on this card as well. So it'll be nice to see my good friend, my buddy, the head trainer at Paradise Alley, in action back here in '94 and being able to comment on it. Roma, I know you're watching, Roma. I know you are, bro. Bash at the Beach. Here we go. Now let's think how long ago this was and how even today in 2023, Steven Regal, and even last year in 2022, in with AEW. And then, of course, now back to WWE because his son, I believe, is in NXT for a little history here. And here we go. They're holding up the TV belt, and we are just getting ready to start. So put it in sync. No, not the band. Let's get in sync. And there's the bell. Here we go. Johnny B. Bad, a.k.a. Mark Mero, and Sir William Regal. Heenan and Shivani right now on the commentary. There's confetti all over the ring. Packed crowd. 14,000 fans. When the business was the business. Nothing against 2023 and everybody today. Nothing against all that. But you could see the difference in the crowds, whether it be AEW, which had that huge show a few weeks back at Wembley, 70 or 80,000, whatever it was. There's a lot of controversy on that too. And CM Punk, and he's gone now, and all the different things that are happening over there, and how they can barely, and they got Wrestle Dream coming up this weekend and selling 4,000 and 5,000 tickets and in these huge arenas. So AEW's on a little stumbling block right now. But the WWE has seemed to bounce back and selling out crowds all over the country here in 2023. We know that WWE has merged with UFC or whatever they call it now, the different Endeavor group. Vince is still a big part of the company, but they're packing in the crowds. It's like with all the turmoil and drama going on in AEW, the fans have pushed their way back, I think, to the WWE. On their TV shows drawing 2.5 million, while AEW struggling with under 1 million and has been for a while now. So it's going to be interesting to see with the two big companies right now. Listen, back in '94, it was WCW, the former NWA, and the WWF. Today, we have the WWE, still the king of the mountain, AEW, Impact, MLW, New Japan, Ring of Honor, the NWA, not the original NWA, and plus all the independents. So here we go. Mark Mero, Johnny B. Bad, guys, excuse me, tied up on the rings, on the ropes with Regal. Regal was a master technician in the ring. One tough son of a bitch, William Regal, in real life, legit, and in the ring. And to see Regal right now, and Mero was in phenomenal shape back then. We know Mark Mero struggles, Johnny B. Bad, Sable, the whole 9 yards, but what an unbelievable guy. Turned into an incredible human being. He really is. I had a chance to meet Mark Mero at one of his seminars where he goes to the schools and talks to the kids. Pure class, Mark Mero, back then, Johnny B. Bad. Solid gentleman, solid person, does the Lord's work, and without our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, none of this would be possible. So let me just throw that out there. In today's day and age, in 2023, with everything that's going on in this world, wars and rumors of wars and Gogs and Magogs and the environment and Ukraine and Russia and China and everything else that's going on. I don't want to get too political, too crazy here. We need our spirituality. I want to keep it off the podcast because this is our escape. But guys, tomorrow's not guaranteed. Stay close to your family and friends. Be prepared. Be ready. Something's about to happen. Only he knows. So just stay spiritual. Stay close to your family and friends, if I could put that message out there. It means a lot to me. And as I talk here, and I'm not really covering Regal and Johnny B. Bad, I might break this up into segments. Beautiful flip and toss by Miro on Steven Regal. I might break this up into segments instead of going the whole 2.5 hours here, because here we are in the opening monologue into the first matchup. I'm already 15 minutes in. I want to keep your guys' attention here, right? We don't want to get too crazy and make the shows too long, because sometimes people have the brain of a dehydrated baby as far as their attention. It's been nothing against you guys, not my fans, man. Hey, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let's get us to the appropriate subscribers and watch hours so I can go live on the tube. I'm not like everyone else who has no subscribers or under the important amount that you need to qualify, and they go to StreamYard just to get on there. I want to earn it. Legit. OG. The hard way. Off the ropes. Regal. Beautiful Japanese arm drag by Johnny B. Bad. Nice arm wringer. And then Lord Steven Regal with a nice right to the proboscis, and then the chin and a huge forearm smash. It really is something. Regal was one tough son of a bitch back in the day, and I don't mean to cuss. Looks like he's setting him up for a DDT. No, nice reversal by Johnny B. Bad. And fans, I believe that's what I'm going to do here on the channel for today's live to tape retro review watch along here. I'm going to do it match by match so we can do it in segments. Regal has rolled out of the ring, getting comfort from his manager, Paul Jones, wearing the black top hat, the black suit. Regal holding that left shoulder and really selling it. Referee Nick Patrick for this match, keeping Johnny B. Bad at bay. Look at the crowd. Great crowd that night here in 94. I believe this was the summer of 94. Makes sense, right? Bash at the beach. And now is Regal going to leave the ring? What the heck is going on here? Where's Lord Steven Regal going? He's about to get counted out. You hear Bobby the Brain Heenan. What a guy. And I just put up some recent videos from an interview with Bobby. Unbelievable here on the channel. Fans, over 2,000 videos right here on the YouTube channel, including my career, live to tape watch-alongs, history. You're not going to want to miss it if you're not subscribed to this channel. More content than you can imagine on any channel. And it's free. One man, unique, unedited, unscripted, raw dog. No super chats, no paywalls, no Patreon. I'm here out of love and passion to give back to you guys. And as I said, it's my stress reliever. I'm just being honest with you guys. Nice reversal by Marc Mero. He's got Regal tied up on the mat. And again, I keep saying Marc Mero, but it's Johnny B. Bad at the time. Let me tell you something. B. Bad, Mero was one heck of a pugilist at one time as well, if you guys know your history. Steven Regal, Sir Regal, the TV champion, really selling that left shoulder in the corner as Mero's been working him over. Johnny B. Bad, if you will. Paul Jones ringside. Let's listen in for a little bit. Again, I don't own any of the material. I don't want to get copyrighted. We don't own any of this. Okay, so just kick back. I just want to throw that out there. Yeah, Regal, unbelievable with those European uppercuts. Setting Mero up for a suplex. No, blocked by Johnny B. Bad into a nice arm wringer. And again, that right forearm shivered by Regal. Just and a headbutt. Regal? Wow. Johnny B. Bad on his heels, on Queer Street, reeling. Oh, beautiful double knee kick to the chin by Regal. And then a drop kick by Regal. Who knew? You're here to bring, right? Double your pleasure, double your fun. The crowd really into it, chanting USA, obviously, because Mero from the United States, Lord Regal from the UK, if you will, blue blood. And now Mero has Regal down on the ground, tying him up. Nice arm wringer. left knee over the abdomen chest of Regal to keep him down. And again, because of all the glitter and all the stuff that confetti that Miro shot out of the cannon, it's all over the ring, and now it's stuck all over their bodies because they're sweating like pigs. They're in Orlando. It's probably 90 degrees. They're in the arena. Thunder in Paradise. They're showing some of the guys in the crowd. Remember Chris Lemon? I think that was his name. The co-star there with Hulk Hogan for that little run they had with Thunder in Paradise. Listen, I'll admit, I watched it. We'll be covering a lot of different things here. Not only am I still doing AEW live to tape watch-alongs, WWE, the pay-per-views, we're going to step back and continue to do these live to tape retro reviews. I really like doing those because the current product I'm really not crazy about. I got to be honest. I DVR it. Oh, 2 count by Johnny B. Bad. Is that the legendary George Napolitano at ringside photographer? I believe it is. Beautiful tilt-a-whirl by Miro. Wow. Back then they called it a head scissors. Nice Beal toss by Johnny B. Bad. He's got Regal on his toes right now. I will say, this has been a back-and-forth matchup. Big back body drop by Johnny B. Bad, dancing around in the ring. Johnny B. Bad, I was never crazy about the character. Oh, a big left to the jaw of Regal, who's knocked out of the ring. Back to Paul Jones. Oh, over the top rope, Miro with a flying body press. Beautiful. What do you want to call that? A cross body over the top rope? Now what do they call it? Topa Suicida? Rolls Regal back into the ring. Now he's looking to get his hands on Paul Jones. Sir Williams. Miro back in the ring. Big shoulder block on Regal. Over the top. Do-si-do. Regal holding on to the ropes. Now he's holding on to the cane. Here's the pin. Nick Patrick kicks him off the ropes. Miro with the reversal. Oh, a little slow reversal by both guys here. A little botch maybe. Here's Regal. 3 count. Regal. And a series of reversals. The old fruit roll-up. And Lord Williams, Steven Regal, Sir Regal is your winner. Lord Stephen William Regal, as you just heard from Gary Michael Capetta, retains the title. A little botch there in the end. And now Sir Williams is in the ring. Big back body drop by Johnny B. Bad on Paul Jones. Not a bad matchup, but the end right there was not good. Just my opinion. I give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're 22 minutes, almost 23 minutes here between the opening monologue and the opening match at Bash at the Beach between Sir Regal and Johnny B. Bad for the World TV title. Regal retains. Now, fans, don't go anywhere. We're going to do all these matches and segments. You're not going to want to miss it. Come on back to Guardian of Chaos on the YouTube channel. Don't you dare miss it.